Yo, Shalom, almost good afternoon. So I can't say top of the morning, but peace. Welcome to PAC Reacts. I am PAC Lawton, and let's go and get right into it. It's June 14th, 2026. A lot of stuff been coming across my feed, coming to my messages that needs to be expounded upon. And that's what we do here on PAC Reacts. Now, the original screen that I had up went away, and it had some headlines that I wanted to get to, but when the screen regenerated, they went away. So I'm finna go back to the video that I wanted to see initially. Let's see. Doing the wrong line. Yeah. I try to do it more line. Oh shit. Yeah. There we go. I kind of like that. Now, it was my boy reaction. There we go. It was my boy's reaction. And I don't want the whole thing. Because I'm going to give a very little dialogue about the finals, but I got to say congratulations to Jalen Brunson and the New York Knicks. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah, congratulations. He definitely earned that because the odds was against him, straight up.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car. Okay, you ready? All right, $118 for car insurance. That's how much I was paying. Okay, I picked up the car.
Fox, 5 seconds remaining. Fox to Wemby. Wemby tries a
three. I ain't gonna lie. I would have preferred the Spurs one, but I didn't think they would take it because of their youth.
Knick fans, this is not a dream. Your long, long wait has ended. Go ahead and cry. After 53 years, the Knicks are finally NBA champions once again.
Man, how about that post-game scene? What a good thing about that, all those people are here, so we don't need much security. And that's New York City going crazy right now. Hey, man,
that's the same thing I was saying last night. New York is super overpopulated. I was like, I know New York is lit. They turning up. I saw how lit they was outside of the Madison Square Garden. And I also saw how lit those New York fans in San Antonio was. The crowd was like kind of balanced for them to have been in a whole nother state that far away. Wow, they represented. I'm not for the Knicks, but I'm not against them neither, so I ain't mad, right? I expect to see San Antonio there again in years to come. They had too many big leads in this series. You know what I'm saying? To let it slip away like that. But salute to the Knicks. I think San Antonio is the more talented team, but that talent don't matter when you're that young. The youth, the experience won out this time. So that's my take on it. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I've never seen anything like this fan base. I've been in the NBA for 40 years. The amount of fans that was here and stayed once the game is over and around the court was one of the most incredible things I've seen in a long time. Our post-game coverage continues now on ABC as the New York Knicks celebrate their first NBA championship since 1973. And just like 1973, they won it in 5, clinched it on the road. Back then it was over the Lakers. This time around, it's over the San Antonio Spurs. And these folks don't want to budge. It's just like the other night. This is something historic.
Got to get a couple more shooters.
That you never, for people in the New York area and the tri-state area, this is something that they have not seen. To put it in perspective, if it would happen like that again, it wouldn't be until 2079. So you're putting it in
look
perspective.
at the big brain on Brad.
How about that?
You better be careful with that quick math on his feet. Actually, we had like a 6 minute,
like an hour ago.
We had like a 6 minute commercial break.
The Knicks have always been close. This man here, Patrick Ewing, never had the type of help, obviously, that he probably needed. He had great players, but he never had that Jalen Brunson guy to get him over the top. It's just a great, exciting series for the New York fans. Being a New Yorker, I'm a New Yorker, but I'm not a Knick. But I feel really good for the city.
Charles, I owe you an apology. You've been saying for the past 2 years that the Brunson has been the best free agency signing ever. Now it is. Now it becomes that.
How about that? Is Brunson the best free agency signing ever? That's lofty. Not best free agency signing in this era, this year, last 10 years, whatever, but ever? I don't know.
You know what he has done. Listen, we knew he was good. I never knew he was this good.
I know the Dallas Mavericks.
Let me tell you something. He woke up this morning saying, "Hey, I'm going to get this. Whatever I got to do, I'm going to get this MVP and I'm going to get this championship."
For Luka, and then didn't keep Luka, and what they get, AD, who was once the best player in the world, now street clothes. Look at Alvarado representing the Taino Nation, the tribe of Ephraim.
That's no exaggeration, too, for a lot of that fan base. They've waited their entire life
100%.
to see something like this.
I want to give him some flowers. I want to give what you said about Brunson. I said it's great free agent signing in the NBA history, but also he took so much criticism for guys, and he took $100 million less so they could go out and get other players. He deserved, listen, $100 million is a lot of money, but he wanted them to go out and get him some help. And they went out and got him some help, and they are the world champ.
We double-teamed him at the upfronts, and we was messing with him. Loved his poise, loved his answers. Kenny asked me, said, "Hey, you think you can get it done?" And he looked at Kenny and says, "I'm going to get it done." Yeah. Just like that, real smooth like that.
Small,
I'm
not even
done.
excited.
His demeanor, he comes from a different cloth. He got the skill, but he got the poise, he got the clutch gene. Yeah, I like Brunson a lot. He be pushing off like a motherfucker, but I like his game. He's a real deal, and I've been through that. Yeah, I've been through that. Now, this next story came across my feed on the other screen. About 3 women who were unalived in Brighton Beach. I'm not sure right offhand what state that's in, but how there's been minimal news coverage about it is driving debates about race. As you can see here, that says, right? But I don't see the story that the mystery of 3 sisters. Wow, the insane court hearing, no drowning. What? Everything you need to know. That one's shorter. Let's go with this one right here.
Turns out the government.
Then again, maybe not. Maybe not. Let's go with that one. I don't know if I want his take on it.
These 3 black sisters went to Brighton Beach in the UK, and hours later, all 3 of them were found unresponsive, unalived in the water.
Why did I hear about this?
Police say there's no evidence of foul play, but online has a different theory. And might I add, the investigation is far from being over. What exactly happened that night? How did all 3 sisters lose their life together? And how is it that their mother lost her life the exact same way by drowning 16 years ago? This is a breaking case out of the UK. Sit back, relax. I got a whole bunch of things to tell you, and then I'm going to hand it off to you, the out louder. So let me know what you think and what you believe in the comment section below. The victims are Jane Arturo, 36 years old, Christina Walters, 32 years old, and Rebecca Walters, 31 years old. They were sisters from the London area. The father released an emotional statement saying and calling his 3 daughters his beautiful light. But there are some details in this statement, which I'll get to, that are very suspicious. Family members describe the 3 girls as very close, quiet, family-oriented, not known for heavily partying, intelligent, and successful. One sister reportedly worked in accounting, and the others had recently graduated from university. Here is what exactly happened. Emergency services were called around 5:45 a.m. after reports of somebody in the water near Brighton. A massive rescue operation followed, involving Coast Guard boats, helicopters, police, and an ambulance crew. All 3 women were later recovered from the sea and pronounced unalived at the scene. Now, here is the theory that they want us to believe. Authorities reportedly believe the woman may have accidentally entered dangerous waters because of something called single shelf. That's basically a sudden underwater drop near Brighton Beach where the ocean floor suddenly becomes much deeper. Some reports say one sister may have slipped or have been dragged into deeper waters, and the others tried to save her. A possibility, but wait, there's more. Police believe this may have been a tragic accident involving strong currents and dangerous underwater drop-offs. But because all 3 women passed away together, many people online are struggling to believe that explanation. Thank the world for us, the online community, the international community that brings attentions to matters like this, i.e. Ashley Janae. But let me continue. Here are 4 questions that the online community wants answered. Why were all 3 women together so late? Well, I can give a little answer to that. They're sisters. They were allegedly living together. But this time of the night, being together, going out for a swim, seems a little suspicious. But wait, they want to know, where were they before? Were they potentially at a club? But like I read to you before, they weren't known to be party girls or are known to be out. So girls who are quiet, they don't go out to clubs 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and go jumping and swimming in the beach at 5 a.m. As I told you, it's going to get even more suspicious. Third question, why are there some reports that saying that all 3 women were still fully clothed? Do you leave from a club or leave from wherever and say, hey, let's go out to the beach, which is known to be a very dangerous beach, and then go out in your clothes? There wasn't anybody else. They're all 3 sisters.
That does it for me. Foul play. It don't take a genius to figure that out.
Live together. They've been together their whole life. Wouldn't you take your clothes off if you want to go jump in the beach? Here's the 4th question. Whether the police are moving too quickly to rule out foul play. This is why I just said, AKA Ashley Janae. This is the same thing that happened. Oh, Ashley Janae was found, passed away. Oh, self-unaliving. Pack up, leave. Same thing with these 3 black women. Oh, drowning. Oh, it was them. Their fault. Pack it up and leave. Always very, very quick. And whenever the police are rushing to tie up a case quickly, there's foul play. There's somebody behind there, somebody with money, doing something behind closed doors, paying somebody off and just putting it out to the media. Oh, 3 women partying. Something just happened. The floor sunk and swept one of them. They tried to rescue them. All 4 of these questions are very legitimate. Some online users have even brought race into the conversation because the victims were black women. Police have publicly asked people to stop spreading conspiracy theories and misinformation. Of course, the cops want you to stop spreading misinformation.
Why do the police think people give a damn about them asking them to stop? Conspiracy theories. As soon as they call something a conspiracy theory that has some validity, So y'all won't acknowledge none of the validity in people's suspicions. None of it. Y'all won't say, but people stop spreading stories until they know the whole story. Or people will be careful with how they disseminate the news to make sure that it's factual and fact check. They didn't say that. They just said conspiracy theories out the gate. So they don't want to give no credibility to shit like that. Bull.
I have spoken to somebody out in the UK. 2 people actually have told me that this is something that is common, not every day, but it's been, it has happened in the past where Black women come up drowned in the ocean. Okay, so this is why the police are like, oh, stop spreading up misinformation, because this is starting to be a common occurrence. Now, here is where the story takes an even crazier twist. The mother of these 3 Black women passed away the exact same way by drowning 16 years ago. You'll see this article right here.
What? I hope that's not trademarked. The mother passed away from drowning 16 years ago, the exact same way as her 3 daughters. You don't have to be the brightest apple in the bunch to shine light on that. What the bluff?
Torn apart. Mom of tragic sisters who lost their life at Brighton Beach also drowned. Family says that they paid tribute to the beautiful girls. One major detail shocking people online is that their mother also reportedly drowned years ago, 16 years ago, after going missing while dealing with mental health struggles.
So we finally moved from California to...
Look, shout out to Trent Out Loud for bringing that to us. Shout out to Trent Out Loud. We appreciate you. Now, it was another story that I saw that popped up on my feed before that I was going to cover that was in my title. And it was concerning Styles P comments on 21 Savage. There was a short clip, yeah, right here. He's not a lyricist. Styles P exposed 21 Savage for disrespecting legends. He disrespected legends.
Talk about all young. You can't hate the young fellas for being stupid. Let's be real about it. Like, no, it is. It is. It's stupid because
you talking about the audience, though.
No, I'm talking about all young fellas. Rap, streets,
content,
business world, college, everything. If they stupid,
and we blame ourselves.
If they saying dumbass shit, if they saying illogical shit, it's our fault. Those who came before them, now we got to pull back and say, where did we fuck up? Where did we go wrong?
OGs and YNs dropping soon. I'm trying to bridge the gap, y'all. Produced by T-Rex. Y'all stay tuned for that. OGs and YNs. PAC Law.
They don't respect. That's what I'm trying to say. That's look, let me say this real quick.
But if you don't respect who's before you, this is what I'm saying.
That's the problem.
You're dummy.
When it's your time to double back around, and you're going to get that same reaction.
As a lyricist, like, I still like 21 Savage and what he do. Yeah. I like this shit. I ride to the Drake shit. I ride to a lot of his shit. What I 21
think, Savage is a lyricist?
No, but I like his music. He makes that I
like this shit say, but is he a lyricist?
No, he's not a lyricist.
So down here where it comes another thing. Go ahead, I'm gonna let you finish.
But what technically is a lyricist? A lyricist is somebody who writes lyrics. Now, in hip-hop circles, in the hip-hop community, that word has evolved to mean someone who's lyrically inclined to a certain level and writes lyrics at a certain level of mastery, right? But that's not the real true definition of the word. So technically, I guess you could say he is a lyricist if you wanted to be dead on with the definition.
Now, I think legends should remain legends and get their flowers.
But as far as rap goes, or how rappers go, and our slang and how we, no, he's not a lyricist. Is he a good rapper? Yes, I think so.
This is the only genre where young niggas come in and I don't want to say young niggas, just people in general come in and take legends from the pedestal they should be remaining on and pull them down.
Wait.
It don't happen in rock.
I can't let y'all say this about 21, bro.
In baseball.
Because he didn't mean it like that.
No, I'm not saying he cleaned it up later, and I can respect that. I'm just saying that statement should have been made.
But one thing is,
21.
No, all that.
Not with that statement.
I hear what you. Let me step on this, man. That I like 21 Savage.
Right.
I don't love him. I like him a lot.
Right.
Don't love him. I like him a lot.
None of them.
Lot.
Right.
The shit tickles me pink, and I'm like, I can't believe this nigga said that. It's dope. I like this nigga. So like, I fucks with him.
Right.
Too. My nigga, you not a lyricist. All that. Drake's supposed to tell this nigga,
that's not
chill. That's not
facts.
Right.
That's not Chill Jones.
So that's
not. My nigga.
Is Drake really gonna do that? Is he really gonna pick up the torch to do that? He obviously didn't, right? That's why he said he's supposed to, but he didn't. Yeah, I wouldn't have expected him to.
Nigga, you are talented. You are dope.
Right.
You are fly. Your flavor. You mean a lot to the culture. You are important.
Right.
You ain't one of them. You ain't a 3-point shooter from deep. Nas is. Drake's supposed to say, I am. Kendrick is. Cole is.
Right.
You are not. Leave him alone.
Right.
That is our OG. There's some young people, not us,
right?
Not me, you, him, or anybody else in here. He don't give a why would he? He gonna go Styles P? But I don't give a what Styles P said. I don't even know that nigga.
But here's the thing, he might.
Well, I don't need to watch the whole thing. He gave his full analysis of what he thinks of 21 Savage, real briefly, and that about says it all. He said he like him. Okay, yeah, he do make dope music. Now let me go back to home and see what pops up because I was really just going through. Let's see. It was shit that was on my it was shorts. There was a lot of shorts that I wanted to tap in on. Police hunt down teens after terrifying shooting spree. What? Finesse 2 times reacts to Scarface exposing Rap-A-Lot and Jay Prince. What? Yeah.
You're one sentence away from launching your website with Base 44.
Curiosity.
Since the beginning of the internet, there's never been such a fun, fast, and intelligent way to launch online.
Being a former Houstonian growing up in Houston and a fan of Scarface and Rap-A-Lot for many, many years, since the 80s, I got to see what the hell is.
And Leo came to the office, man, to meet with me. Now, here was the deal. Rap-A-Lot and I were at a gridlock at that point in my career. We're at a gridlock. Like, I wasn't dropping no more albums, and they wasn't giving no more money. So we were at a gridlock, and I had responsibilities. So I had to be very crafty.
So you make executive move.
I made an executive move. Brilliant. I made an executive move, and I was making an astronomical amount of money. I was making more money working at Def Jam than I was rapping. 2001, I was doing that. But the move was, me and James in the gridlock with this. And
so you let me cut y'all. Is y'all in the gridlock?
Shout out to Word on the
Finesse 2 times was not the only artist who got a bad experience with Jay Prince them. With the information speculating online, it looks like a lot of artists who has done deals with Rap-A-Lot always comes up in a bad situation with their contract. But we about to find out if that's a coincidence or not. Finesse 2 times posted a video of Scarface, who was signed to Jay Prince Sr. Rap-A-Lot Records in the 80s. On this video clip, we have Scarface speaking on his experience with James Prince and how he ended up dealing with a bad contract. And this is exactly the video clip Finesse 2 Times posted on his page.
Finesse be looking crazy as a mother. He look like he nuts on that motherfucker when you look in his eyes on his videos when he be snapping out.
Just to pass his message on, check this out. My question is, why hold a black man back? Why? It's supposed to be each one, teach one. I understand it's business, but y'all overstand that we don't know nothing about business. Why put a black man's life on hold just because he lacks business sense? Glad you could find a way through it, OG. J. Prince Jr. pulling the same move on me.
Leo. Okay. And Leo came to the office, man, to meet with me. And here was the deal. Rap-A-Lot and I were at a gridlock at that point in my career. We're at a gridlock. Like, I wasn't dropping no more albums, and they wasn't giving no more money. So we were at a gridlock. And I had responsibilities. So I had to be very crafty.
So you make an executive move.
I made an executive move. Brilliant. I made an executive move. And I was making an astronomical amount of money. I was making more money working at Def Jam than I was rapping. 2001, I was doing that. But the move was, me and James in the gridlock with this. And
so let me cut y'all. Is y'all in the gridlock? Or are you saying you wanted more money and they were just holding firm?
I'm not sure what the beef was. That was 20-some years ago. Yeah. But we was at a disagreement. I wasn't recording, and that was that.
Okay.
And his paces game is, he played long ball too. So I said, okay, let's play the long ball. So I went and got me a job.
A hell of a one, though.
A hell of a job. Yeah. That was a cold move. I ended up getting Ludacris.
And look, I responded in kind, right? Around 2001, I wasn't signed to a major label like he was, a legend in hip hop. I was a young grasshopper trying to hop into a situation that was bigger than me with a major label whose name I won't say. I ended up not signing the contract, right? But after so many disappointments, I took the skills that I did have about publishing, copyrights, and royalties and went and got a job working for a record label when my shit came to a gridlock. Wasn't the same type of gridlock, but I understand what he's talking about, right? So I became a VP of a management company in Atlanta. And then after that, I went and became director of sales. As a matter of fact, I think was I director of sales first? No, I was the VP of management first. Then I became director of sales. I later on did A&R and all other type of different work. But yeah, man, there's other ways around. There's other ways to eat in this industry other than just rapping, especially you get paid for what you know.
And like I said, I tried to sign a whole lot of other artists that are extremely famous right now. Rick Ross, T.I.,
Jeezy.
What was their names though? What was the name of that group?
Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood. I tried to get them. They weren't Boys in the Hood though. It was something else. But it was Big Gee. I know Jeezy. I don't remember Jeezy, but I know he was there. But
Jody Breeze, I think he was in that group.
I don't, man. It was so long ago, man. But I used to hang out in Mechanicsville with Big Gee, man. I gotta call my dude, man. See how he doing, man. Big Gee. I try to sign a lot of that. David Banner, Slim Thug, Paul Walker, Millionaire, Flip. Try to get them all to go to Def Jam South. And some made it, some didn't. The situation dissolved when everybody went to Atlantic, and I was stuck at Def Jam.
Let me go, Junior. We done already made all the money we can make. I don't want to go to no another label with you. I love you. But I no longer want to be mob-ties business-wise. I love all the mob-ties street. It's time for me a new look, Junior. It's time. Let me out that contract, bro. I'm done with that contract, bro. We ain't made no money. I've been with you 4 years, P. We ain't.
Ooh, he say they ain't made no money. Nah, they done made some, obviously, but ooh, man, look. Is it as simple as that though? Saying I want out of the contract, let me go. If you sign to a legally binding agreement, can you just get out of it that simple? I understand ethically you could probably say he should let him out, but legally, this is tough. This is complicated. I don't know if it's that simple. I don't know his contract, but I know contracts because I did that for a living, do that for a living, have for quite a while. And they can be quite complicated.
And drop number 2 projects. Ain't mob ties, ain't hitting on nothing with the music. P. I'm 33 years old, P. Let me go to somebody, P, that's gonna let me don't give me about 10, 15, 20 M's. If you want you some money out, cool. You can get some money out, P. I ain't tripping, but let me go make my money, P. It's over with. We done, bro. He's more than able, man.
If you want to go make some money out of it, now he extending terms. And I'm not trying to knock him or get it all in his business like that, but I'm just not understanding how that will hold up in court if Jay Prince wanted to stand firm. If that, I don't know if Finesse has more going for him than just wanting to be gone that will make a judge see things his way.
In all indications, it looks like Finesse 2 Times has started researching on how the former artist signed to Prince's family ended up with their contracts. And
now, let me say this. I do hope that Finesse 2 Times is liberated and that he gets his just due. I'm rooting for him in that respect. I don't never want to sound like no hater.
by doing all these now, Finesse might end up figuring his way out of the contract he has with Mob Ties. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Additionally, always keep it locked in with Word on the Street channel for all of the latest news surrounding Finesse 2 Times, Scarface, and Jay Prince Sr. Stay with us for everything else going on in the world of music and pop.
Yeah, shout out to them. So I wouldn't necessarily say that Scarface exposed Rap-A-Lot Records and Jay Prince. He just gave a little bit of insight to his situation and his decision to go and be the president of Def Jam South. Stop doing this in your beats, producers.
It's so easy to become a podcaster with Riverside. First, go to Riverside and open an account. When you're ready.
All right, so I want to make a positive discussion.
I forgot my man's name. I'm sorry. Let me give him his props. I'm using his content. Bolo's Hot Take. Bolo the producer. Okay. I'm subscribed to Bolo the producer. Let me subscribe to Bolo's Hot Takes.
discussion about things you need to stop doing in your beats. And I really want a lot of you guys to comment in the comment section and let me know if my points are valid or if my points are invalid in this video, because I'm just pretty much going off the top of the dome. And I'm just going to be talking about a few things that I hear in a lot of beats that I receive and some beats that I have heard even on my live beat and song reviews. And I just want to discuss a few things that you might need to stop doing. Okay. And this is especially for a lot of unseasoned producers like that. All right. So I'm going to talk to people who just got started or people who have not really gotten to that point yet. All right. Now, first things first, you got to stop doing this in your beats. And this is not necessarily a thing about your beats. Number one thing that you have to do, okay, is you have to get it out your mind that your beats are the best beats in the world. Okay. This has nothing to do with, how your beats sound or whatever, but I had to throw this in there. A lot of you guys have to get it out of your minds that every beat you make is the best beat in the world. Now, there's nothing wrong with confidence. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with being confident, and there's nothing wrong with standing up for your production. But there's a lot of you guys out here who are very much misguided, and you think that your beats actually sound better than what they really sound like. Like me, I know on some of my YouTube videos, and I know with some of my production that's out there, it is not the best. It is not the best at all. Even when I tried certain days, it still wasn't the best. So I understood that, everything that I make is not going to be the best, and everything that I make, everybody is not going to like, even if I think it's a really good beat or not. So that's the number one thing that a lot of you guys got to do is y'all got to get over this fixation that every beat you make is great. Because on any given day, your best beat can be beat by somebody else. Okay, so let's get that out of our heads. Okay, and I noticed that with a lot of unseasoned producers who are not as good or are not where they need to be at yet. And then, a lot of producers get upset about it, and then they feel some type of way because they feel that, I spent, 2 hours on this beat, and I added all these sounds in here and stuff like that, and I put the drums in here and I mixed it. You can't talk about my beat like that. No, you definitely cannot talk about, somebody's beat like that. You shouldn't. But in a lot of situations, people don't. And they let you go ahead and believe that your beat sounds that good. But what they'll do is they'll talk about you behind your back. So at the end of the day, go in and be humble about what you're doing first. And then, over time, once you get a little bit better and people start jumping on your tracks and you start getting paid from it, yeah, go and definitely talk your ish from that point. All right. So that's number one. Number two, one thing that I notice about a lot of up and coming beat makers and people who are not as good is you pile on a whole bunch of unnecessary sounds. I hear it all the time. I hear it on my beat reviews. I hear it when people send me beats, even though you're not supposed to send me beats to my email because a lot of them I just erase. I hear it when I go to certain studios. You do not have to pile on a whole bunch of sounds, especially synthesizer sounds.
Right.
I hear this stuff all the time.
True.
And I have to explain this.
Man, that is so true. I try not to do that and only put what the track needs, right? And have a reason behind every track that I add to accompany something else or to bring out something else. Make sure things aren't arguing with each other and in the same frequency space when I'm EQing.
At least 3 or 4 times when I'm on my live beat reviews, that just because you don't know how to play like that does not mean you have to stack up send sounds. And the thing about it is, the same synthesizer sounds that a lot of these producers stack when they really don't know what to do. They usually pick the same type of synth sounds. They're those very cheesy synth sounds, but they sound good to the ear of somebody who is not the best at making beats. And what they do is they stack these sounds and they try to make all these different melodies and different one-note progressions with these synth sounds. And they're thinking, if I could just fill the beat up with all of these sounds, everything will be good. And I'm just here to tell you, my friend, that is not what you need to do. I think the first thing that a lot of people need to do, if they do not know how to really play that good or whatever, is to focus on the drums.
And I'm going to leave y'all there with that. That's enough advice on beat making for the day, right? Because not very many people, I'm sure, who will be watching this are beat makers. Like the video. Did y'all like the last video? Make sure I go back and like those videos right quick. My history.
If you got hit, even as a passenger
I didn't like that.
or in an Uber, you would need to try.
I'm not gonna watch that shit again, y'all. I'm sorry.
Nah,
He might, bro.
Slightly, but he ain't gonna say it on camera.
Again.
And yeah, especially when you use somebody's content. I try to like any video that's worth my time to watch. But if I use somebody's content,
Let me cook. Let me cook. I'm sure y'all know where this might be going. Before we get into the father and mother, I just want to let you know what the police are doing. They are
all right. It's over. Charleston White is in real danger. Yeah, he brought it on himself. I don't even care to watch that. 6 rappers exposed as federal informants. Ooh. Damn. It looked like they got Lil C's up there, Alpha Mega, Max B, 6ix9ine. 2 other dudes I don't recognize. Wow. Damn. Huh?
First and foremost, I am a huge man of faith, so I'm truly grateful for God for putting me in this position to be able to be here in Oklahoma City with you great people. Second, I want to thank Christian, CK. Thank you, brother. You've been great. You've opened so many doors for me and has this great big vision that nobody else would ever believe. And I'm truly grateful for you and your family and our partnership. So appreciate you. Mayor Holt, thank you. As always, you've always been a supporter of me, and I'm grateful for the things you've done in the city of Oklahoma City. So appreciate it. Bill and Sherry Lance, you guys are somewhere. I don't know where you are, but thank you guys. You guys have always been friends, not just me, but my foundation, my family, and everyone else. And
So he's just visiting the city. I'm thinking maybe he was back there playing or something. Corn's not real. Seven countries where black people are not welcomed. You have to be 21 and up to go inside now. McDonald's leaving Chicago. Wow. I don't care to go to his content. I'm not a fan. 16, you must never do right after praying. Who y'all to tell me something with that white Jesus? He's taking over. Key Glock reveals his massive Memphis empire. Is that so? Kevin Garnett was a basketball uniform. unicorn. I mean, and the defensive savant. Yeah, he was my favorite player.
Apparently, you can go from 0 to a complete site in just a single prompt with Wix Harmony. I don't know if this is going to be possible. Or Vibe.
I need you to understand something. What we're about to talk about is not just a rap success story. This is a full-blown Memphis empire built from the ground up on the South Side by a young artist who watched his mentor pass away far too soon. Instead of slowing down, he pushed even harder and expanded the brand in a major way. We're talking about Key Glock, born Marcavius Cathy, one of the biggest names in rap today. And if you think this is just another artist showing off on social media, you're in for a surprise. Key Glock is reportedly bringing in somewhere between $3 million and $5 million a year through music, tours, merchandise, and
I like Key Glock too.
Smart business moves. Some industry watchers even believe that number could be higher once streaming income, partnerships, and other revenue sources are included. Still in his mid-20s, he has built a level of wealth that many people spend their entire lives chasing. And he didn't come from Atlanta, New York, or Los Angeles. He came straight out of Memphis, Tennessee, specifically South Memphis. Right now, Key Glock may be one of the most talked about rappers ever to come from that city. And that's saying a lot for a place that helped launch names like 3 6 Mafia, Yo Gotti, and his own uncle, the legendary Young Dolph. Today, we're taking a closer look at the empire, the real estate, the cars, the jewelry, the lifestyle, Paper Route empire, and how this powerful brand continues to grow after one of the most heartbreaking moments in Memphis rap history.
All right.
Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll have a whole new level of respect for what Key Glock has built. To understand the empire, you first have to understand the foundation it was built on. Marcavius Cathy was born on February 3rd, 1997 in Memphis.
Damn, he make me feel old. I turned 20 that year.
Tennessee. He grew up on the south side of the city, an area known for its challenges and tough economic conditions. For many people growing up there, opportunities can be limited, and finding a path to success takes serious determination and focus. For young Marcavius, that path turned out to be music, and this is where the story takes a major turn. Key Glock is the nephew of Adolph Robert Thornton Jr., known worldwide as Young Dolph. That family connection is a huge part of the story, because Young Dolph wasn't just a successful rapper, he was also known for his independent mindset and strong business approach. Dolph famously passed on major label opportunities multiple times. Instead, he focused on building Paper Route empire from the ground up. He believed ownership was the key to long-term success and worked hard to control his own career and creative direction. Key Glock grew up seeing all of that firsthand, watching his uncle build a powerful brand from scratch. So when Dolph signed Glock to PRE in 2017, it wasn't just another record deal. It was a family-backed opportunity, a business move built on trust, belief, and a shared vision for the future. An uncle believing in his nephew, a mentor passing down knowledge that most people in the music business never get access to. That foundation played a huge role in Glock's rise. His debut mixtape, Glock Season, arrived in 2018 and quickly got people paying attention across Memphis and beyond. He brought a sound that felt authentic to the city, heavy production, vivid storytelling, and a calm, confident delivery that made every track stand out. At the same time, he mixed in melodic elements that helped his music connect with a much wider audience. Then came Yellow Tape in 2020, and that's when things really took off. What started as a strong regional following grew into national attention.
I don't like the direction of this and how they keep on showing CMG and stuff and clips from other videos and stuff, feeding into that narrative. But I see what the gist of it is about. Shout out to Key Glock. Thanks for those of y'all who lend y'all time to this video. Like, share, subscribe to the channel, Concrete King TV. I'm your host, PAC Lawton. It's been real. And I'm about to go get to the rest of my day, y'all. It's Sunday, 6/14/2026. Enjoy y'all day. Praise to the Most High. Yahoo.